Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Wahar Rakah Kodash, which in the ancient Hebrew tongue would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also want to give double honors to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom. Much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in His work. And that's what I wanted to touch on in this lesson. You know, for all the brothers out there who have committed to performing the services of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, you know, in the form of, doing these videos and ultimately going out there on the highways and byways and teaching His word. Well, it's important for us, all of us, include myself, to not reinvent the wheel, so to speak. And we have plenty of examples of guys out there like these dudes up in Chicago, you know, ITR, or the Good Samaritans. You know, you got the Avengers, this guy, Malak Shah. You know, these boys over here in Atlanta, Teachers of Truth. Well, the reason why I highlight those different groups because they was once a part of Great Millstone, and they have henceforth drawn back for whatever reason, you know, rather they wanted to do their own thing. You know, ultimately, in my opinion, they had a problem with authority because the rallying cry, you know, to a man with those different groups is they're not willing to yield to the authority that was set up by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. You know, their whole thing is we're not man pleasers and we don't follow men. You know, if you ask these guys where did they learn from or where did they learn the names Yahweh by Yahweh Shah, they would just bypass the apostles and say they learned from Yahweh Shah. All right? Which proves they have no integrity. You know, they're offended to the point where they can't even acknowledge who they learned from, you see? But the point is, the reason why these guys have deviated off of the path is because mainly they didn't follow the men who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah set up. And see, this thing is easy, man. All right? The Lord, He set up certain men as examples. You know, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, man. You know? Just follow the standards, man. That's all we have to do. And it makes sense because these men, and I'm talking about the apostles, a Great Millstone, you know, collectively, these men been doing this thing over 30 years, man. That in itself is worthy to be praised, you see? And you have to be a complete nigga to think you're going to usurp that type of authority, man. You know, and that's on all levels, man. If you go on a job, you know, you're not going to just go up in there and throw your weight around. You're going to feel your way out, you know. You're going to watch everybody and how they move, and you're going to get in where you fit in. That's wisdom, man. Even on the street level, you know, you can have a family member that live in another hood. Well, if you go visit them, you're not going to, you know, roll up in the hood doing your own thing. No, you're going to follow your cousin or whoever you're going to visit. You're going to peep them out, you know, and see how they do it. You know, you pick up on, you know, your surroundings, man. That's wisdom right there, all right? So how much more in this truth? You got guys who come up in this thing and they try to exalt themselves as if they're on some damn level, all right? When you have men in front of you and the only thing you got to do is follow them, okay? And the scriptures support that. Contrary to what these guys might say, you know, in their feeble attempts to discredit order, you see? We not men pleasers and we don't follow men. We follow Yahweh Shah. Well, in order for you to follow Yahweh Shah, you got to follow men. Did not Paul, the Apostle Paul said, be ye followers of me, even as I am of Yahweh Shah. All right? There's a certain order. So with that, let's go into it. This is Philippians, the 3rd chapter, and the 17th verse. It says, "Brethren, be followers together of me." See? And this is the Apostle Paul again speaking, man. All right? "And mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example." See? And that's to the point. All right? You see the apostles, you see certain elders under them. You know, you got different camp heads, brothers that's been in this thing, pushing and enduring for years. Well, you follow the examples of what they laid out, man. It's not that hard. All right? Now, I got the definition for this word ensample queued up. The Greek word that's to post, let me see. Typos.
Strong's G 5179. Tupos. Tupos.
All right, tupos. And it says, I'm going to go straight to the point, all right? It says, an example to be imitated, see? Of men worthy of imitation. See? Starting with the Apostle Tahar and the apostles and the elders and the men throughout America, Babylon, and throughout the world for that matter, near and far. These are men that's worthy to be imitated. Now, does this mean, you know, like Jake said, you bite, you don't bite a brother's style. Everybody got their own spirit. This doesn't mean you emulate the way, certain brothers speak. You just do your own thing, man. You bring your flavor to this thing because it's like this is a feast. Jake, man, like if Jake having a cookout, your aunt might bring the mac and cheese. The other aunt might bring, the collard greens, and, the other, your uncle might bring the chicken. They might bring this, they might bring that, So that's how this thing is. It's a feast. Everybody bring their own flavor to the table. But the point there, it says an example to be imitated of men worthy of imitation. See? And the apostles and the men here at Great Millstone is worthy to be imitated. And where are we imitating? The work ethic. That's what we imitate, man. The work ethic. Because the apostles' work speaks for themselves, man. And in the spirit, I was watching one of the old, videos from the couch, the classic apostle videos with the end of the world banner in the background. And the spirit just hit me like, man, these men been working, man. And that motivates you, that puts you in the spirit like, man, we fellow laborers, man. We fellow yokesmen. We gotta relieve these men to a certain extent. Not saying that they're gonna fall back because they constantly do the work, but it's our duty, man, as younger brothers in the spirit coming into this thing, we gotta go hard body, We gotta continue that legacy. But the point, again, we are to mark these great men that were set up before us, man. Matter of fact, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, and starting at, just hit the point, verse 37. It says, mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. See? So you got these guys who want to create this narrative as if when you come into this thing, it's a free fall. You do whatever the hell you want. No, it's order, man. And I'm going to say this, it's going to be order in the kingdom. It's going to be order amongst the governing body, the 144,000. It's not like they're going to do what the hell they want, man. We're going to be in the spirit. We're not going to have to lift a finger. We're going to be at rest, but it's going to be an order. You're going to have Yahweh Shah. You're going to have King David. You're going to have, in fact, you're going to have Yahweh Shah. You're going to have the 12 sitting on the thrones, and you're going to have men set up under them, man. So if you're not able to embrace the idea of order on this side, then how in the hell are you going to be a part of that governing body? All right? And a part of order is understanding you have men that set up before you, man. And you got to be willing to hearken to them as well. You see? But the main thing is you mark them, you watch them, and you can't go wrong with that, man. You know, it's not for us to come into this thing. You know, we all have our own spirit and we know we do our thing, but we ultimately follow what the apostles do, man. All right? And you know, you have a lot of guys who have a problem with that, and they throw up this feeble excuse. Oh, I'm not a man pleaser. Man, that's some nigga shit. That's in the world. All right? That's of the world. This truth is grooming us how to become men, you know? That's one thing Jake never experienced, stability and structure, man, and order, all right? There's a good chance your father went in the house. You know, everything was just chaotic. But now when you come into this truth, you learn about order, man, all right? So again, mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. See, and that's what a lot of these guys who broke off, they wasn't willing to do that. You know, mark the upright man. And when you go into that definition for mark in this verse, in this precept, one of the definitions there is keeping memory. You know? Matter of fact, you know what? Let me just, I got the blue letter right here. Let me go to it real quick. I ain't want to make it too long, but just move in the spirit. Psalms 37 and 37. Get the definition for mark real quick. That word there, shamar. It says to keep guard, observe. See, give heed. It says to watch, observe. See, to keep, retain, treasure up in memory. Yeah, so it's a lot of things that the apostles, different lessons they might bring out. You got to retain that because they were set up to strengthen you. They were set up to feed you. You see? Matter of fact, you know what? Since I mentioned that, let me get another quick precept, then we'll close up. Ecclesiasticus 6 and okay, yep. Started at the 34th verse. It says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise, right? So your guys' approach is totally off. It's not in harmony with the scriptures. The scriptures tell you to cleave unto a man that's wise, all right? Verse 35, be willing to hear every godly discourse and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. See? And we just read the definition, treasure up in memory. So being willing to hear every godly discourse is, you know, you being willing to hear every video the apostles put up if you can. You know, most of the videos, whenever certain decrees come out, you take heed to it, man. See? Verse 36, and if thou seest a man of understanding, which we know that the apostles is men of understanding, the elders, the teachers throughout Great Millstone, it says, get thee betimes unto him, and let the foot of thy steps wear, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. See? Meaning you're gonna, you know, pick his brain. Your door represents mine, all right? So, yeah, I just wanted to go into that, you know, when you come into this thing, you know, if you brothers out there desire to teach and, you know, you come into the fold, you don't have to necessarily be Great Millstone. You know, there's different groups out there, men of valor. There's different groups that follow the teachings of Great Millstone. You know, you can just start your own camp, whatever you do, you go out there and teach. But, you know, this is not hard, and the safe bet is just to follow the examples of the men that came before you. That's all. It's not hard, all right? So, yeah, with that, shalom.